Hey guys, it's Megan here. Welcome to my channel. It feels so weird and great at the same time to be saying that. If you've been following me on Instagram the past month or so, you know that video content in YouTube is something that I really want to cultivate as part of my brand in 2019. So this is the start of it. And by no means will this be my usual filming setup. I have a bathtub behind me, this janky Paris photo, but we're working with what we got. So in my first video, I'm so excited to share with you guys how I got this super easy, kind of soft glam, but natural at the same time holiday look that's so perfect for any holiday parties or New Year's Eve outings that you might be attending. First things first, I like to start with my base, of course. Now, when I'm doing some nicer makeup and not just day to day, I do love this Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. It is so refreshing, especially nice in the summer. It's nice because it's not too thick. And then to hydrate my under eye area, I absolutely love this First Aid Beauty eye cream. It is seriously so good, you guys. It doesn't change how your concealer sits under your eye whatsoever after you apply it. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Perfector. Now this is a blurring skin tint. This stuff seriously so good too. Just like this First Aid Beauty eye cream, this is one of those products for me that I recently just repurchased and I am so in love with. So I'm just going in and dabbing this into my skin, and one of the reasons why I love it so much is because not only does it have SPF 25, so you don't have to worry about putting on sunscreen, it's already in your foundation, but it also is kind of a demi finish. So as you can see, I hardly used any, but it's kind of in between where it's not too matte and it's not too dewy either. It's just really natural looking, and it's a nice amount of coverage for me. It's not too light, but it's also not cakey and heavy on your skin. So I just went ahead and put on some of my Tarte Shape Tape in Light. I really do like this stuff, but it's totally not an everyday concealer for me because it is so thick and heavy, but I do like it. It's really good on those days where you need extra coverage and your under eyes are just so dark. I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Coconut Setting Powder. This stuff is great too. It's kind of like Glossier's Wowder to me in that it isn't really like mattifying, but it does just set everything down in a nice way so that when you go in and apply your bronzer and your highlighter, you know, everything's not like slicking around and moving. The caveat of using Tarte Shape Tape is that it is super thick, so I always have to set it, and I just go in with my Real Techniques Point S brush. So you can see it just has, it's just like a nice size. I think it's actually meant for eyeshadow, but I love just getting some of the powder on there and going under my eye and setting that concealer. Now, another cool thing about this powder and why it reminds me of Glossier's Wowder is because of the trampoline mesh. This is seriously great. All powders should be packaged like this. It's so nice because you don't get any more than you need. Now I am going to warm up my face with some bronzer. So I have been loving Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. I do like the highlighter. It's a little shimmery, but this bronzer is my favorite right now. It's so good in the winter with my coloring. I just love it. It looks super natural. So for this holiday look, I am going to use my Tartelette in Bloom palette from Tarte. This is like the only eyeshadow palette I use actually. Back in the day I used to have quite a few, but I don't know, I just never like reached for them, and I feel like it's a waste of money. So I'm just gonna use this Flower Child sort of beigey just all over my lid so that I have a base. And then I am going to use this Smarty Pants shade, which is just one over. It's just like a warmer taupe. And I'm just going to use this kind of as a transition shade and just to create some depth to get us started. Because I think for this, I want to go golden shimmery and a little bit red. That's kind of what I've been into lately, is like those warmer shades and kind of a burgundy eye. Now that I have just a little bit of depth added to my eyeshadow, I am going to go into this Rebel color. It's like a orangey, a good burnt orange. And I'm just gonna add this in the corners of my eyes just to start adding some color. And now I'm just gonna go in the one next to it, and it's a like deep burgundy called Leader. And I'm really gonna concentrate this in the corner and along the lash line. I'm gonna go back into this Flower Child shade that I used as a base and just kind of blend out my brow bone a little better, because as you can see, it's kind of, there's like quite the separation there. Okay, so I went ahead and just added in and it made my eyes a little darker. You can kind of see, and it just has like this wash of berry from this Lancome little color. And I really like the way that it's turned out, but I am not done yet. This is my favorite part. So I recently just picked up Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Jean. This is a gorgeous cream eyeshadow, expensive. Yes, I think it's around $36. I'll link it below if you want to check it out. But seriously, this stuff is amazing. It stays put. You have that like glossy lid look no matter what. It's so good. This is the shade. It's just the prettiest champagne gold. I can't wait to use this on New Year's. Seriously, so ideal for a holiday look. I go in with my finger. You can use a brush, but I do want this to be really shimmery, and I find using my finger with a little bit of product on it works perfectly. So I'm just gonna place this in the center of my lid and then bring it in into the inner corner and then up a little bit and kind of blend it out. And you can see it is the prettiest champagne gold. So now that I'm feeling good about my eyes, I am going to go ahead and do my brows. I usually just use Glossier's Boy Brow, but I do have a few kind of sparse spots in my brows that after brushing them up, I will want to fill in ever so slightly. So I just filled them in a tiny little bit. As you can see, they're a little too dark, but that's okay. Where I really struggle with my brows is in between here. So that's why I love Boy Brow, because I just use a little bit and brush up those brow hairs, and then they look perfect somehow. I used to fill in that area right there really badly with dip brow, and it just did not even look good on me whatsoever. I don't know what I was thinking. What is a holiday look without some shimmer, especially on your cheekbones? So because I did the gold on my lid, I'm going to go with a gold highlighter on, on my cheekbones as well. So this is Makeup Forever's Soft Light Illuminator. This is so pretty. I picked this up and thought it would be way too gold for my skin, but it's actually gorgeous. So it's just in this cool little applicator, and you don't need much at all. It actually comes out super fast. So I just take a little on my finger and kind of spread it out. And as you can see, it is most certainly like kind of, you know, true to its name, soft light. So I like the way that the highlighter looks. It's really soft and pretty, but because this is a holiday look, I want it to look a little bit more glam. So I'm going to go in with another one of Lancome's Le Monochromatique, and this is in the shade Eclat. And it's the prettiest soft rose gold. It's very pretty. So I'm just gonna go in with the Real Techniques brush and just take some of this. This is super shimmery. So especially over top of this is gonna be gorgeous. A little bit sparkly for me, but still very pretty. I did a super berry eye, at least for me. And I'm going to be doing a berry lip. I just want to do a really neutral cheek. So I'm going to use Glossier's Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. This is the prettiest sort of brownish pink. And it blends out very seamlessly. And this is another product where you don't need a lot at all. It's super pretty. Now, to make it super holiday-y, I am going to do a berry lip, and I'm going to apply my Bare Minerals Statement Under Over Lip Liner off camera, because there is no way I can apply lip liner on camera. I'm back, and I look like a crazy person, but I won't shortly. I am applying Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Lip in the shade Showgirl. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can really see. It's like a mauvey burgundy. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching my very first video. I know that this has kind of been a little rough, but I am super excited to have you here and can't wait to share more video content over the next year.